Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the April 14th, 2026 meeting of Community Board 11's Youth and Education Committee. My name is Asher Rodriguez, and I'm the chair of the committee. This meeting is called to order at 6:35 p.m. Joining with us today is our staff liaison to the committee, Marlene Pierre. Right, next slide, please. Before we begin, a few ground rules. No one may speak until granted the floor. CB11 members, if you have a question about board business or wish to make a motion, please raise your hand and wait to be recognized. Members should not engage in a back and forth discussion. The chair will recognize the next person to speak. The chat should not be used to discuss or pose questions about agenda topics. All such remarks shall be made on the record. Please keep your comments and questions on topic to discussion. Members of the public, if you have a question or comment about the subjects on the agenda, please raise your hand and wait to be recognized. We will now call out the roll, and then I will read out the entirety of the agenda.
Fernando Alvarez.
Present.
Rosa Diaz. Present. David Giordano.
Present.
John Green. Absent. Kira Jerez Olson. Present. James Kemp is absent. Malik McCullough is absent. Jennifer Meyer is absent for this meeting. Jessica Morris.
Absent.
Tanya Phelps. Absent. Asher Rodriguez.
Present.
Russell Schuler.
Present.
And Loretta So. Present. You have a form.
All right, thank you. All right, so I will now read out the agenda in its entirety. So we did roll call, adoption of the agenda. I sent out an email about the minutes, so I'm not gonna go farther into that. Announcements, informational updates, presentations and discussions. First, we have Centro, their move to CUNY Hunter College Soberman School of Social. And Academy emailed me yesterday that they will not be here. So when we adopted, we basically just saying omitting that, correct, Marlene? Old business, new business, roll call, adjournment. So I will now ask, is there any, raise your hand if you do not approve the adoption of the agenda. All right, seeing no hands, the agenda is adopted. All right. I'm gonna skip over the minutes. Announcements. So I'm gonna make an announcement quickly before I get to everyone else. So first we have a new vice chair to this committee, Fernando Alvarez. We thank David for his many years of service. He's not going anywhere. So thank you. Looking forward to working with you in this capacity. All right. Is there any other announcements? I have another one, but I'm gonna go rapid quickly.
We have the National Friday.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I'm just gonna make these two announcements. So first off, I'm gonna do the participatory budgeting first. So the council member LC Encarnacion said is giving out $2 million, $1 million to schools in the South Bronx part of the district and $1 million for the East Harlem part of the district. We have multiple schools, not just District 4 schools in East Harlem. As we know, there's some high schools also that are ran by the Manhattan High Schools President's Council. So currently, the voting sites that we have in East Harlem are it's the library on 125th and the council member's office. And I really do suggest that anyone who is eligible to vote, you could vote if you live, work, or basically it's like the community board. If you have some sort of interest within East Harlem, you can vote on these projects. And the ones that we have for our district specifically is, and you could vote for 3. New bathrooms at Central Park East High School, new bathrooms at the Lexington Academy, stage renovation, Central Park East 2, upgrade gym heating cooling unit, PS 108, gym floor renovation, Park East High School, upgrade gym and auditorium cooling unit, PS 7. And these are all projects that have been, I'm pretty sure all of them have been on our district needs request at some point in time. So, and you could vote for up to three, and let's say two projects tied, like they're both $500,000. Both of those projects will get funded because it adds up to the million. But even in the past, we've seen some projects that haven't won, but they got special attention from different offices and they still had the projects funded. Because it shows, what this basically does is show what the community wants upgraded within the schools. Is there any questions on this before I continue?
We do have a sign-in sheet and we do have ballots, so if people
Yeah.
want to vote. Lexington Academy is also a voting site. They have employed 15 of our children at Lexington Academy to be poll posters. We'll go out and solicit votes. We have set up a table in the morning in the dismissals. And any kid that's 11 and up can vote. So we're gonna touch base with the fifth graders tomorrow as well in the schools. And, you know, again, I really like what Elsie has done because we have many old schools in this community, very old buildings. And all the projects for our particular community and district are based on DOE capital projects for the schools that are all much needed. In fact, a lot of times the funding that schools may get may not pay for it all. And by the time the work gets done, it costs more than what the projected cost was. So I like Lexington, they did do the back, but they only had money to do half, not the other half. And that's what.
Not even half, it was like two. But also just on the subject of, since we were just talking about last meeting budget requests, we did get in contact with the head of facilities for Manhattan and the head of facilities for the district, John Rodriguez and Joe Lazarus. And they did walkthroughs of the two sites that were on our capital requests that were denied. They did a walkthrough of Lexington Academy of the bathrooms, and they did a walkthrough of PS 146, the electrical, and they gave each of the schools a estimate of how much it would be to do the project. What we didn't realize, and as we were talking to them, is some of these upgrades don't necessarily require a whole rip the bathroom apart and put it back together. You could do a lot with some, like replace a sink or replace even a singular toilet. So that's something we're learning, and we're in communication with them. We contacted those principals and they're in communication with them. They came and tested the air quality at Lexington Academy because there was some concern about the gym. So it was, yeah, so we're in communication with them. They also told us if any other schools need help with anything, just to let them know, and they will.
I just want to add, Ash, that it's been a collaborative effort. Polaris from the CEC was also present at one of the walkthroughs at Lexington. And it's really Dr. Christie that brought us and merged the relationships together. So thank you, Dr. Christie.
Yes. Another announcement, at Lexington Academy on Friday, they will be doing a Stop the Hate event. We've been doing a couple of these over the past few years. Midge Caprosa, from Children's Aid, she has been like doing a lot of these events in the community for years. And the Manhattan Borough President is gonna be there.
He's confirmed being there.
Yeah, he will be there, and the teams have been working very hard on it, so we would love to see community board representation there on Friday. So that is at 5:30 at 6 o'clock at Lexington Academy, 131 East 104th Street. I think I'm done with my announcements. If there are any questions? Yes.
In terms of the voting site?
Yeah.
Where?
You could go to the council member's office, that's on 116th Street and Park Avenue. You could go to the Lexington Academy, either it's between like 7:45 and 8:30 AM. Or 2:45, I think, like we're there till like 3:15.
Well, we were there till 6 to dismissal.
Okay.
You can also, if you take one of these flyers, also vote online.
Yeah, I read that.
And what we have to remember is when you pull up the voting, it's for District 8. Because it's council district, not community board district.
Yeah.
And council member Encarnacion.
Yeah.
So that's the way you link your project when you link it. Because they'll send you to the site that has all the districts that are doing it. But we want to focus on District 8 and and member Encarnacion.
Yeah, if anyone has any trouble with the form or they don't know necessarily if they're filling it out correctly, everyone here has my email. Just let us know and we'll get you a paper ballot because we have.
I have ballots here,
We have ballots also
and
here
I
right
have
now.
the forms signed, so if you want to, you can vote today here. They will be placed in the Lexington Academy ballot box.
Okay, yes, so is there any other questions regarding, yes, Rosa, yeah.
So, thank you. The Earth Day conference is April 22nd on Wednesday from 10 to 2 p.m. of the city of New York. We have, a couple of elected officials that have confirmed. I'm still waiting on the rest. A lot of environmental education, presentations, activities. A lot of giveaways. Please come join us. Everyone is welcome.
Yes, I have a quick question for you.
Yeah.
Sorry to skip everyone. How many schools did you have confirmed? Because I know I wanted to know the number because did any of them confirm? Have you had a hard time reaching out?
Yes,
Okay.
I know Dr. Krista did her best.
I know she
sent
did,
it out. I know
yeah.
you sent it out,
Yeah.
but I literally have like.
Oh, dang, alright, so maybe next year we can speak about.
Next year.
Maybe even like, I think it's honestly, like I've said before, it's because it's testing week, that's not with them, no, I think it's also, because what I found out working in the schools, we can't even during that week plan any trips.
Yeah, I
Because-
know,
yeah.
because, for third to fifth graders are testing Monday and Tuesday,
Yeah,
and then Wednesday is a makeup test. And then next week, Monday and Tuesday, again, is this, ELA testing.
yeah, I know, yeah,
6 to 8, and then Wednesday is a makeup. So it's very difficult, but again, it's open to everyone, not just specifically for students, but that's what we want.
yeah, I know, I'm just saying, just because we've had youth engagement in the past, it's more like strategizing how we can get that back up again, but thank you so much.
Our school, I know.
Wait, we reserved to go? Who's
Yeah.
going? Oh, okay,
We're 2 blocks away.
Yeah.
2 blocks away.
oh, yeah, okay, anyway, we will discuss that later. Is there any other announcements?
Sorry, can you please just repeat the date April 22nd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Museum of the City of New York.
Yes, I will
It is
try to sneak out
also-
during my lunch.
It is also in the newsletter, and I can tell you. Thank you, Chair.
Asha, I'm raising my hand.
I'm sorry, I did not see you, Malik.
Am I okay to talk?
Yeah,
Okay, I don't know if you or Rosa could talk a little bit more about it, but I know Patrick Henry received about 500,000 from our congressman, and I've seen Rosa there during the day. On the day that he was supposed to, that he did come and present the check to the school.
Last week, yeah.
Yeah,
oh,
so I know, I believe it was towards the bathroom money. They wanted to get it
Oh,
to
yes.
2.5 million, but for right now, they gave them 500,000, which is something rather than nothing. So I just wanted to put it
but
as an
yeah,
announcement.
yeah, thank you for bringing that up, I did see that email and I did email the principal, I totally forgot about that, thank you.
Mhm.
Like I said before, also, what I said, a lot of what was learned from these walkthroughs with the people from facilities is there very much could be a lot done with $500,000 to a bathroom. So, we're always striving for more money, but I'm saying just like to take it as a win and not see it as, oh, they didn't get the full money, but like take it as a win. So that's awesome. Also, I did go to the city council hearing on, I don't even remember what date it was. It was like the 27th or something like that. I did see a couple of community members there, so it was very informative. I did speak to the chair of the education committee when I was over there, and he said that, well, I'm just gonna say what he said. He said that he he very much enjoyed when he did come to our Civics for All, and he will be pushing for some of the East Harlem stuff to go through. So, all right. I'm now gonna go to the public. Is there any announcements? Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Kimberly. I'm the Seneca Village Program Coordinator at Central Park Conservancy. This is my colleague Jessica.
I'm the Director of Public History, Legal Research.
And we have a few slides if you're able to share those. If not, let's
Do you have?
Yeah, mostly size.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just if it could,
No worries.
I sent it to you.
Yeah, it's active. Give me.
Yeah. I would love for y'all to come back and give a more formal presentation at some point. I'm sorry that didn't work out for this month, but I appreciate you being here in person. No, it's just a couple of slides. They're just making an announcement. I don't understand what you're saying.
We will happily return and.
Yes, probably in June. Right now, May is like. Okay. How many slides is it? The 6, okay, all right. Just if you could read through all of them and then you could take questions at the end, that would be appreciated. Thank you.
Yep. You speak from here?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Just make sure you project so the owl can hear.
I'll just start by saying we're here to talk a little bit about our Seneca Village commemoration project that we're working on. I'll say a bit more about that in a minute, but Jessica will start with kind of some history about Seneca.
You can advance to the next slide. So for those of you who aren't familiar with what Seneca Village is, before the Central Park was built along what is now between West 82nd and West 89th was the community known as Seneca Village. Founded in 1825, by the time that Central Park was created and it cleared the villagers, there were 50 families and about 250 residents, 2/3 of whom were Black, 1/3 of whom were Irish. There were 3 churches and a school, in addition to high rates of Black property ownership, which if you were male, it meant that you could vote. When the city acquired the land for Central Park in 1857, its residents were displaced and Seneca Village was forgotten from history. You could please move to the next slide. No. The Peak Park landscape was home to about 1,600 residents spread across the 843 acres. And Seneca Village by 1855 had 225 residents. Next slide, please.
I'm gonna speed through this because I know we're taking up a little bit of time, but as I mentioned, we received a grant from the Mellon Foundation last year to 2 or 3 years of community engagement programs working towards the ultimate permanent commemoration of Seneca Village in the park. So our long-term goal is to design this commemorative element that celebrates the history of Seneca Village, has inspired reflection, and situates it as a site of significance in American history. And to do that, we're engaging partners and stakeholders like yourselves to share the history, have conversations about Seneca Village, why it matters, how we want to commemorate it, and what we hope to achieve through this project. Next slide, please. No, thank you. And these are some photos from a few of our past programs. The top left and bottom right are from our Juneteenth and Seneca Village program last year, which featured poets, musicians, creatively interpreting the history of Seneca Village. And that program is coming up again this year. It will be on Juneteenth, that's Friday, in the afternoon in the park. So stay tuned for more information about that. And another program I wanted to mention that will be in late May or June is a youth friendly, Juneteenth is very youth friendly, but a youth specific program with author Cameron Garrett, who wrote a middle grade book Forgotten Summer of Seneca, that's about a girl who kind of gets lost in a portal in Central Park and ends up in Seneca Village. And she'll be doing kind of a book talk and a presentation about her writing and her process at the Sugar Hill Children's Museum. So we will follow up about that once we have a final date, but do you mind going to the next slide, please? The last thing I'll say is that this is our website. We really encourage you to visit that, and you can learn about the history, learn about our programs, our projects, watch videos and look at photos of past events. And you can also sign up for a tour. And then we also have free tours for educators where you can go with a guide and walk around the community and learn a lot more than we're sharing now about Penny Village. I have postcards both for our general project and then for our free educator tours. And then this weekend, unrelated to the Seneca Village project, the Davis Center up on 110th is celebrating their kind of reopening of the green space. And so they're having a community day, and I have some flyers about that. Thank you so much. And if you have any questions, we're here. And you can also reach out to us. I think Asher has my email. I'll write it down on a piece of paper and put it on the table.
You could just say it out loud for the record. That would be
okay, great.
appreciated.
My email is Cameron.Lee Cameron Lee dot Central Park NY. Good Lord, Cameron.Lee at centralparknyc.org. Sorry, lots of words in that address, but I'm the Seneca Village coordinator.
I will send it around to the committee. All right.
Thank you.
And we are here to you as partners in this endeavor, and we will continue to send information about our programs and our events. But you are our community, and we seek to have you join us in our conversations.
Right. Thank you so much for being here. Like I said, we'd love for you to all come up and give a more formal presentation at some point about all the stuff happening in the park. You know, I see around the park the sign that Central Park is your backyard. It really is for us. So is there any questions? Rosa.
Thank you. I know last year I was able to join the Juneteenth event, tabling. Thank you so much. That's where I met a couple of elected officials. I loved it. And please, this year, maybe we can include the whole community board. You know, I sent it out, but it would be great if more members would actually join.
I know you guys will present at a later date, but I did want to know just a little bit about your current offerings for public schools in the area for school trips and visits.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah. No, good.
We offer field trips for schools. If you reach out to the program at Central Park, we'll see information about bringing school classes explicitly Seneca Village tours. So we do have programs. We're also stepping into this year developing a formal field trip series of school field trips that will be based on ecology, on history, and sustainability. So we are in the process of developing that content. So once that is formalized, I'll come back and share that with you. But as of right now, we have you can come and bring your school on a field trip and learn about Seneca Village, and we have activities during that help understand who lived in Seneca Village and some of the individual lives of the families who live there.
I will say, I work for the children's aid Saturday program for deaf and hard of hearing children. And we have done some stuff with Central Park Conservancy, and we have gotten ASL interpreters. They've been very accommodating. So I do think that if schools do contact, they are very accommodating. I saw Tanya's hand, and I'll go to you, Fernanda. Oh no, I thought you had your hand. Sorry.
Sorry, you said, as of right now, the field trips are through programs at.
Yeah, so if you go to this, also, if you just Google tours at Central Park, there is an email there, and you just send an email to the tour page, and Sarah, our tour coordinator, will hook you up with the field trip. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, is there any other questions? Yes.
You used to have a wonderful publication many years back. You used to have those publications talking about Seneca Village.
Like the teacher's guide, the curriculum guide.
Yeah.
I can give you my card, but you email me and I can send it to you. Perfect, we'll do this exchange. It is still available. And Yeah, I'll send it to you.
All right. Is there any other question? All right, seeing no other questions, thank you so much for being here and in person. You're welcome to stay. If you gotta go, we understand. So I'm now, is there any other final announcements before I get to the city agency partners? All right. Oh, wait, sorry, did you have your hand up?
No, that's fine, we do that.
Okay.
And then talk about some things like safety or something.
Okay, so I'm gonna just quickly, Dr. Christy Delacruz apologize, she had to hop off. Oh, no, she's still on, okay. Dr. Christy, are you able to give a
Yes.
quick update?
Yeah, thank you so much for being patient. And I want to thank everyone here because I think between Asher and Rosa, you guys have given a lot, and Fernando, you guys have given so many of the announcements. So thank you for your partnership as far as with the voting week, because I wanted to share that. And then also thank you for Community Board 11 for being present. Rosa was there for the Patrick Henry Prep and the $500,000. But again, I just really want to thank everyone on the Community Board 11 for your ongoing advocacy and your voice. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I know you don't hear thank you all the time, but I really do appreciate your presence in the community, and you're making a difference. And I hope you continue to celebrate the wins because it's important. So thank you. I did want to say that the testing schedule, and this is unique. This is our first year to have community-based testing. So schools had to submit dates, and every school has different dates. And so I just want to let you know that, like, check with your school leaders. Asher, I can send to you the list of the testing schedule for ELA so you can kind of see what it looks like, and feel free to share with the Community Board 11, because they did have, every school had to formally submit which days they're testing. And we did this because if the whole city was to test on the same day, we would have another glitch, right? So that's why every school has to submit their dates and their makeup dates. But I will tell you that April's pretty much for ELA. And then when we move into May, it's like the math dates.
Can you include the science dates in that sending?
I don't, well, the science dates, again, I don't have, I mean, Renato is our APA. We have certain timeframes to collect. As soon as I get the information, I will definitely share with you.
All right, thank you so much.
Yep. And then I did want to say that, I want to just let everyone know parents have the right to opt out of test. If they do, they need to contact the principal. Like, there is an actual, tomorrow I'm going to go over and I can send that to you too, Asher, to share with the community board, the actual policy, because parents need to meet with the principal. We do have to capture it, but I just wanted to have that official guidance. Tomorrow,
go ahead. Sorry, quickly on that. I'm sorry to keep interrupting you. Just some clarification on that. It is 24. It has to be at least 24 hours before, right?
I mean, I'm gonna send you the.
I've heard this like up until they get in the test. I'm like confused as to what that is.
So I mean, I will send you the official guidance, but I mean, ideally, we want to have time for the principal to consult with the parents, right? But we do try to honor our parents' requests. So if a parent did come to the principal the day of, I would try to schedule that meeting. We do have a makeup window. I mean, we do want to try our best to honor our parents and their rights. But I will send you that official guidance because it does outline it. So I like, if a parent comes the day of the test and says that, I would hope that we would try to make as accommodations as much as possible. Tomorrow, and I know the CEC, I see Dr. Kalir is here, but tomorrow is our mandated fair student funding presentation. So at the CEC meeting, and that had to be done, I think, by April 17th. And because we had all of the Chancellor's Town Hall and all the events in March, we are doing that tomorrow. So just the recordings are always available, but I just wanted to put that out there. And then the summer rising offer letters are going to come out. I was trying to find the email. It's either April 17th or April 21st. So parents, please, and I will send out reminders, and I mean New York City Public Schools will too. Parents need to accept the offer by May 5th because we have a waiting list already. Right now, we've already surpassed the number of parents who want to enroll their children into Summer Rising. So, you know, we will be encouraging, and parent coordinators will be encouraging families to accept or decline those offers by May 5th, so that we can open up to the wait list. Again, I'm really, really proud of our East Harlem community. I think one thing that we do really well is working together, whether it's Community Board 11, our elected officials, CEC, our unions, and I really want to thank Fernando as well, because I know Fernando is helping us with the flyer and the registration link for our D4 hiring fair, which is taking place May 8th. And this year, I think it's very important to celebrate. We have, I think in the history of East Harlem, met more provisional special ed services than ever. We've are at 95% compliance, and a lot of that has to do to filling our vacancies. So if you know of anyone who wants to come to that hiring fair, it's for social workers, parent coordinators, send them that way. We also have UFT teacher certification there to help, you know, inquiries, and that's May 8th at PS 146 from 3 to 5. And again, it's a true testament of when we work together, we can really make an impact. So I think that's most of the things. I will have a more detailed update tomorrow. I just, again, want to thank everyone, and you know how to get a hold of me, and please continue to reach out as needed, and I appreciate you all. So thank you, thank you.
I'm so sorry. I'm gonna ask you three things.
Yes. Okay.
I'm not sure. Do you have Xavier's email? He is now our chair of economic development and culture. I know they're working on their own job fair. So maybe
Okay.
if you could send it to Xavier, or you
Could
send it
you
to
make sure you share with me his email, his up to date? Because I think I just have the when he was the president. I think I just used that email. So if you could share with me. Yep.
And if you could just talk, because I've gotten many questions on it, and I know you sent out an email about it, the iReady lawsuit. What is the official guidance that the district received?
so
I'm sorry, just
the-
so you could say it for the record, because
Yes.
yeah.
So basically, right now, that lawsuit is a lawsuit with allegations. I can resend the email. We are deeply committed to ensuring that we adhere to all of the New York City guidelines around FERPA and privacy. Different states have different rules and laws, and those lawsuits are from other states. As soon as we get, I did lift it up, just so you know, to senior leadership, to everybody at the DOE, because we're not the only school.
Yeah.
And so that drafted response, I did have vetted by legal. And that's why I sent it out to everyone, and I can definitely resend. But at this time, we have permission to continue using iReady. That was the main reason why I sent it out, but that the lawsuit is real. And if we hear things differently, then we will keep people posted. But like any kind of lawsuit, it is in litigation right now. And the reason I sent it out is we had a few parents reach out and some principals reach out. And I just wanted to assure everyone that as of today, we are given permission to continue to use. But if anything changes, I will definitely let everyone know.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Christie. Is there any other questions for Dr. Christie de la Cruz? All right. Thank you so much. I will see you tomorrow.
I will see you tomorrow, and I apologize for not being able to stay the whole time. Really, again, just thank you to each and every single one of you, and thanks for your representation, from the mayor's town hall to the chancellor's town hall. Like, you guys always represent, and it matters. So thank you so much.
All right. So I am now gonna go to Dr. Polaris from CC4.
Hi, everybody. Good evening. Kaliri, she, her, ella. There's so much going on, but I'm gonna make you come to my meeting tomorrow. So I will say that this lawsuit for My Ready, it is a screener that's being used across our district and across our schools. Just as Dr. De La Cruz mentioned, you do have an opportunity as parents and students to opt out of any sort of assessment that you want to take. And I appreciate Dr. De La Cruz bringing up that there's guidance that you have to meet with a principal, but actually you don't. You can refuse to meet as long as you state that your child will not be taking any sort of assessment or whatever it is. They have to figure out how to provide your child with instruction. So that is not something that you have to engage in as a parent. And that's something that we've talked a lot about within our CEC. But some of the things that we're going to talk about tomorrow, in addition to fair student funding, which we've talked a little bit about the fact that the fair student funding formula is not so fair. We're going to talk about school funding. The city council has already had some hearings around the funding of our schools in terms of education. There are some really big asks in terms of the mental health continuum, of course, in support of the para bill, support for restorative justice in our schools, etc. And so a lot of us have been part of these conversations in addition to the conversations on mayoral control. You'll notice on our website of the CEC, there have been several resolutions that have been passed asking for only a 2-year extension of mayoral control, and for there to be a commission so that we could understand what are the best governance structures for our public schools and for parent engagement. And so our CEC is going to have another resolution tomorrow, specifically on this, to continue to push state legislation. They haven't passed their budget yet. We're hoping that mayoral control is not included in the budget so that we can take a little bit of time to legislate what that's going to look like moving forward for our schools, and we can have more voice for parents, teachers, and students, which we currently don't have because mayoral control means one person is making all of our decisions for us, including that $23 million contract for iReady that we probably shouldn't have engaged in because privacy laws are being violated. And so there's that. AI is the topic of discussion for everybody. I hope everybody knows that they have until May 8th to provide feedback on the use of AI in our schools. The Department of Education released some guidance, some light guidance. On April 22nd at 5:30 on Zoom, we will be having a town hall with our superintendent. Our CEC was one of the first CECs to pass a resolution on a moratorium for AI for at least 2 years until we have guardrails in place to support our students, our teachers, and our parents in this. I can provide you with so much evidence of the harms of AI. I just got off a call with our chancellor who did not know about some of these things, in addition to the fact that there is a sub district within our system that is using AI to provide students with college counseling. I can't even begin to tell you how crazy that is. And so there are some guardrails that are being discussed, and we hope that the community will participate in that. The other thing that we're going to talk about tomorrow is the fact that within the next 2 weeks, Mayor Mamdani has the opportunity to veto Intro Bill 175B that Chair Eric Dinowitz introduced under the guise of safety for our school communities. We are a little bit concerned about this bill because this bill does not allow for people to gather around school perimeters. And that NYPD will have the jurisdiction to be able to determine whether something is a protest or not. And we'll be able to decide what the plan is with folks gathering close to school communities. This was a response, it's part of the 5-point anti-Semitism plan that Speaker Menon has implemented. Our city councilwoman has supported this bill. However, school communities, college and universities, in addition to NICLU, is really concerned about the infringement on First Amendment rights and people's right to protest. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. There are opportunities to encourage Mayor Mamdani to veto this bill. And so that we can actually engage in a process to keep all of our students safe. I just want to remind us that we come from a community with a history of the Young Lords, the Black Panthers, and Central Park East 1 that actually occupied their school building in protest. We have lots of different things that we've had to engage in order to fight for equitable education in our school communities. And this would be one that would impact us, especially since we have schools that are like literally 2 blocks from each other. We don't have a lot of space to protest if we do it in East Harlem. And then besides that, I think those are the biggest things coming up. We've continued to engage the chancellor on what it means to have integrated schools. The last thing I will share, if you didn't come to the town hall, we did ask the chancellor about enrollment issues in East Harlem. We have 8 schools that have under 200 students. And he did mention during our town hall that if we have schools that have less than 150 students, we could be up for school closures or school mergers. So it's something that we're paying a lot of attention to, particularly because East Harlem Scholars is leaving building 13, which is a Jackie Robinson complex. So we'll have space there. We also have Mount Carmel on 120th that isn't being used. So there are opportunities to move schools to different spaces. So we'll be having engagement sessions in the next couple of weeks. And I also want to thank David, because when everybody else was on vacation, we were walking around at PS 72, making sure that facilities was able to look at bathrooms. We went to PS 146 to check scaffolding and what's happening in their playgrounds. So even on the holidays, we are trying to do the work for our school communities. And that's it.
Yeah. Just so the committee knows about the East Harlem Scholars Academy closure, I have reached out to them. We're trying to get them to come back and speak about that. Is there any questions for Dr. Caleres?
I just want to share that across the whole city, except for the Bronx, there's been a 9% decrease in enrollment in charter schools. The reason why they're leaving that building is because they have decreased enrollment and they have their own really beautiful new building with a rooftop and all the things. So they're consolidating all their students in one space.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that, just to be fair, that they have a chance to speak on it, because they did reach out to us about the closure. And do we know yet when there's gonna be a hearing about what's gonna be done with the space in that building? Cause I know
So
the DOE wants to hold a hearing.
Yeah, we still have some time. So we would in the fall engage the Office of District Planning once again. There have been a couple of proposals in terms of what could happen. One of the things that has been mentioned is that Heritage High School, which is in the Julia de Burgos building, could potentially be moving into that building temporarily until they get their new building, which is supposed to come in 2030. I make no promises. And so that's an option. There's been conversations about a District 75 school. There is an accessibility issue, though, with that particular proposal. We do know that Central Park East High School needs 5 more rooms in order to provide special education services and mandated services for their students at Central Park East High School. And I think Central Park East 1 would also like to have 5 additional rooms to add 1 additional grade for each grade. So there's still conversations. We will not have any sort of proposal ready at least until spring of 2027, 27, a year. Sorry. I don't know what day I'm living.
All right. Is there any questions? All right. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
See you
Hope to see
tomorrow.
some of you tomorrow.
Yes. All right.
Asher?
I know, I'm gonna go to you. Just-
No,
Oh, sorry, yeah.
I have one quick question for Larry.
Caleres, you got a question?
I'm here.
Sorry, Calera, my allergies are like making my brain a little bit slow today. So last month, I went on a walkthrough with the chair, at San Francisco Friends of the Poor. I sent an email on April 4th because they also want to present to the community, District 4 parents, especially because it's coming in like, it's like, I believe,
In a
two
couple
blocks
of
from here, no? Is it a block from this address in the 119 next to Silverman?
Yeah,
So it's within the area of District 4. It's a supporting housing. And I just, like offer, obviously, CC4. So April 4th, the email was sent out. Make sure, please, whenever you have a chance, I know you have like a million emails per day, but.
Give
please
me one
do-
second. I have my kid calling. Hold on. I'll be right back.
Thank you.
all right. All right, so now we will continue to, Rosa, I'm gonna go you.
Thank you.
Yes. Give Marlene a second to pull it up.
Oh, there you go.
No, Marlene said she was gonna. After the meeting.
We're gonna go to the CEC tomorrow, so.
Yeah. Can I?
No.
We are still in meeting. All right. No, I don't know. All right, Rosa, your turn.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Rosa Diaz. I am part of the Manhattan High School President's Council, Executive Board. Can you please go to the next slide? Thank you so much. Okay, so our next meeting is on April 27th. It's over via Zoom. We have a lot of guests. And just a quick note of March 30th, Manhattan High School President's Council provided a statement, not a resolution, regarding the new generation technology high school that is coming for school year 2026-2027. New York City School Survey, it was extended till Friday. This is a confidential way for parents to share our feedback regarding child's experience in school. You have to have your OSIS number. I did put in the link, and if you don't know what it is and need to find more information, please reach out to your own parent coordinator. As I believe Dr. Peliris mentioned, April 27th at 5:30, parent leaders are going to have a conversation with the first Deputy Chancellor Danielle Ginta to answer questions regarding the dialogue on AI guidance. And I know New York City Public Schools has been sending a lot of guidance with regards to the artificial intelligence. Please send all your comments. And one quick note with regards to Manhattan High School President's Council, we're proud to announce that we have 100% working PAPTA, including Title I and SLT as of March 30th. You can go to the next slide. And this is what the statement that Manhattan High School presented last month. We welcome the announcement of the new AI-focused high school and view this initiative as an important investment in the future of our children and our communities at large. Artificial intelligence and emerging technologies are shaping every aspect of modern life. By introducing students to these tools in a thoughtful and responsible educational environment, these new schools represent a meaningful step toward preparing young people for careers that may not yet exist, while empowering them to find innovative ways to contribute to society. We also recognize the powerful role of AI and technology that can play in supporting students with diverse learning needs and disabilities. From communication devices that help students express themselves to tools that assist with language translation and accessibility, technology can help break the barriers that have historically limited opportunity. For students receiving special education services, these advancements can provide new pathways for learning, participation, inclusion, and independence. Manhattan High School's President's Council believes that when used responsibly, technology can serve as a bridge connecting students, educators, families, and communities. It can help close gaps in access, strengthen communication across languages and cultures, and ensure that every child, regardless of background or life or ability, can thrive. We look forward to working with educators, families, and community partners to ensure that this new AI high school becomes a model of innovation, inclusion, and opportunity for all students. Together, we can help all our children develop new skills, creativity, and ethical understanding needed to lead into a rapidly evolving technological world. That's what we said. And the next slide, please. And that's where you find all District 4 high schools. And contact information, superintendent's emails, family leadership coordinators email, my email, Manhattan High School's email, and their actual superintendent that has jurisdiction over that specific school. Questions?
Thank you, Rosa, so much. Oh, Dr. Caleres.
So I don't want to bogart this conversation, but I do want to raise that this particular proposal is actually being discussed tonight for the so-called AI high school. It's actually called the Next Generation High School. It is something that the families from the lower Manhattan Middle School that's co-located in this building, they are actually fighting against. And so I just want us to be really cognizant when there are new schools being proposed into buildings and the schools that actually inhabit that building feel like they've been disenfranchised. I want us to be really mindful because that could happen to us in the next year or so as we're looking at enrollment in our school. So I wanted to lift that when listening to this statement because a lot of us have also been working with that particular community. And it's not necessarily what the community would like. Chris Marte, the city council person, and Grace Lee, who's in the assembly, have made statements about the lack of engagement that has happened. And in East Harlem, we have this happen all the time. So I just want to lift that. It's also a screen school. And if you know of the School Diversity Advisory Group, they've asked for a moratorium on screen schools. That has historically disenfranchised our students in East Harlem. We in East Harlem have asked for a new high school for our community. It is something that our community in Uptown needs. And so there are also concerns being lifted about the fact that this is being put downtown in District 2 when there are already 7,000 empty seats in high schools in that area. So I just wanted to make sure that the community board understood that and understood the demographics and the need of our community when this proposal has been put on the table. The vote is on April 29th, and some of us will be attending and speaking actually against this proposal. And Rosa, I'm so sorry. I only heard half of what you were telling me because Lorenzo dropped some food on the carpet and was freaking out. So
No, it's okay.
Is there any more questions for Rosanna? All right, thank you, Dr. Claris, for your comments. Right.
But Rosa needed something, so just email me, whatever it is, April 4th. I haven't gotten that email, but whatever it is, we'll make it happen.
All right. All right, the district attorney's office wasn't able to be here today. Is there anyone here from CEC 5?
I have a hand up from Christina Johnson.
Yeah, Christina, you have a question or comment?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I had some things to take care of, so I'm moving around. My apologies for getting in late, and I kind of caught the tail end of this AI school. Is the AI school being slated for District 2? And why wasn't District 4 included in that? As we know, we definitely need more seats in District 4 for our students. And has there been some sort of town hall or meeting with the parents of students in District 4? Are they agreeing with it or not agreeing with it? So like, what is happening? I'm not sure, is this a good thing or not? And on another note, I'm working as a community liaison at Assemblymember Eddie Gibbs's office, and we're going to be holding some educational forums. So if you guys could pass me your information, we can have you all come in and we can discuss this further, and also try to create some legislation towards this. Thank you,
All right.
Asha.
All right, thank you, Christina. Claris, are you able to answer that question as the?
Yeah,
And maybe
I can.
Rosa also to jump in from both sides? I don't know. Yeah.
So Christina,
Claris.
when there's a proposal for a new school, about 2 years before the school actually comes to fruition, proposals are made to the Office of New Schools within the Department of Education. This particular proposal was put forth by the Manhattan High School superintendent. We have diverse superintendents of high schools, as Rosa showed in her slide, here in East Harlem. The Manhattan High School superintendent does have schools across the borough of Manhattan that our students can apply to. And so this proposal was set forth about 2 years ago. They identify a school leader, and then they take some time to kind of incubate the idea of the school, to build curriculum, and to consider what kind of staffing they need. This proposal was put forth about, I don't know, probably 2 months ago, was made public. They started engaging with the school leadership teams of the other schools that are co-located in the Broadway Educational Complex, which is located within District 2, in order to decide whether they could occupy a space of a school that's actually closing down. And so on April 29th, there will be a vote on the panel for educational policy, which is the legal New York City School Board, not that they have a lot of power. But they will be taking a vote on whether to approve, one, the closure of one of the high schools under the jurisdiction of the Manhattan High School Superintendency, and two, to open this particular next generation high school. Again, I don't like to call it the AI school, because that could lead to a whole bunch of confusion. It is about technology. And there's a lot of conversation right now on AI. It would be ultimately open for East Harlem students to apply to that school, even though it's located, like I said, geographically in District 2. It is a screened school, which means they will have to test into this school. It is not open for everybody. So they will have to, pass this test and get admitted into this high school. Hope that was.
Right, Rosa, do you have anything to add, or?
Yeah, so yes, Dr. Clear is of course, which is right. But we have been engaging and trying to look for the actual date since last year we had like a forum, and this year we actually introduced. Also have to look for the actual like January date. Every single month we have like 2 meetings the parents are able to join in. And I do know that we tried to get the presentation here, but you guys had, the full schedule,
Yeah,
full of presentation, so that's why we couldn't present tonight. But every month we have 2 presentations for parents, and we have both parents that come with a lot of questions, and it's very scary, because it's something new. And technology, a lot of things can happen, and it's dangerous, right? But I see it as in a different perspective. We as the executive board, so the Manhattan High School President's Council, we had a lot of lengthy conversations with pros and cons, you know what I mean? But since January, we have been having conversations with parents. Kiara, do you want?
I will, sorry, quickly, Rosa, on the comment of, I will be trying to have him come back. Like I said, it was,
Too much.
yeah, it was too much all at once. So Christina, I will be trying to have the person who, was it
The
principal?
director.
The director. Sorry, Kira, you could go.
I was just gonna say all the more reason to definitely attend the AI town hall that Caleris mentioned before that we're having on the 22nd. That is virtual, so that's gonna film, but that will be an awesome opportunity for you to share your views on also what extent of AI and machine learning technology we want going on in our district, because I think it's a good point. I think it's a good point that you're making, that we also deserve to be able to maintain people in our district by having those type of programs. Definitely pull up to that so that you can share your views as well, so we can get everybody's ideas. That was all.
And just some clarification, how did the term, did they say specifically they're gonna be using AI in the school? Cause I'm so confused as to where that
So
came from.
personally, and this is something that I'm sure that we will also discuss at the meeting, but the actual, from my understanding of the statement that was released by DOE, they are more trying to prepare for the technology to become part of ed tech. So it's not entirely, although this is something that, again, we're speaking about on CC4, is making sure that we have really strong boundaries so that we don't even slip into that slope of students using ChatGPT for, using ChatGPT in classrooms. We want to enter a different culture, but I think that based off of their statement, primarily, this is about introducing artificial intelligence into ed tech, which goes into what Rosa was saying, because that basically means there's a huge potential for students to have a more personalized learning experience, but this all needs to be handled extremely carefully, and we need to be very clear with our words, and we also need to make sure that we as a community understand the technology, and we don't just let people tell us what it's gonna do for us.
Sorry, yeah, what is it?
There's also venture capitalists who, their sole motivation is to replace teachers.
Yeah.
And have classrooms full of kids with just this machine in front of them,
Okay,
thinking that it can replace what we do.
yeah, I'm gonna invite the person back. Pretty much full transparency, the email, pretty much all it really just said was, hey, we're opening up a high school in District 2, and I realized that it was the same high school, so I will be reaching back out to have them, because obviously there's a lot of questions. I would like to not necessarily stick on this just because the AI town hall is coming up, and then all of that. Is there any other questions?
Asher, just to affirm you in that decision, I was also asked for some time in my meeting, and I chose to not until after the PEP vote, because we don't know if the school is actually going to come to fruition until that vote happens. So you have time. We can figure it out.
Okay, yeah. All right, so I'm now gonna continue because our presenters have been waiting very patiently. I'm just gonna ask one more time, is there anyone here from CEC 5? Any other youth education advocacy groups? U of T have anything? No? Okay. All right. All right. So thank you so much for waiting. So we have our presentation from Centro, move to CUNY Hunter Silverman School of Social Work. Mark and Carlos, you have the floor.
Good evening, everybody. Just thank you for hosting us again at Community Board 11. We were at economic development and
Culture.
Culture Committee, that one. And we wanted to make sure we had the opportunity to meet with you as well. What we are doing, and we are actually, coming here, this has become our sole community board, our home community board. But we are making these presentations in community boards in Northern Manhattan and South Bronx. Because we want to make sure that our communities are aware of who we are, what it is we do, etc. So my name is Carlos Vargas. I am the Director of Public Policy and External Relations for the Center for Puerto Rican Studies. We are actually a research institute. We are an academic-based, university-based research institute. We are part of the City University of New York. We are celebrating 53 years this year. And we came about as part of the fight to open admissions at the City University system in support of, at that time, the fledgling Puerto Rican Studies departments, oftentimes in conjunction with Black Studies departments throughout the City University of New York system. We have three missions, or we have a mission that has three components. We produce knowledge, we preserve knowledge, and we disseminate knowledge, right? And this presentation is actually part of what it is we're doing to disseminate not so much the knowledge we have, but the means to disseminate that knowledge. Our primary constituents are the faculty, scholars, and students at the City University of New York, but that is not by any means our only constituency. In fact, we strive to serve the community directly by providing our university-based resources to the public in general in as unmediated a manner as possible. We want to provide the knowledge that we have directly to the community at large. And we do this, the knowledge we produce, knowledge we preserve, the knowledge we disseminate, we do it in the hope that we can contribute to policy debates and ultimately to social justice. So we create knowledge through several units. We have a research unit that is complemented by a data hub. The data hub actually produces knowledge by going into existing databases, most likely the Census Bureau, but others as well. And we provide information about Puerto Ricans, Hispanics, the population in general, at the level of the county, in this case, Manhattan, New York City in general, New York State, and the nation, right? We have a national projection as well, even though we serve mostly people in Manhattan, people in New York City, people in New York State. We produce these reports that are available on our website for everybody. We also produce reports that are available to government officials. This is a governmental body. So we provide testimony before Congress, we provide testimony before City Council, we provide knowledge to the news media. So this is one way in which the knowledge that we create gets this spread around, right? But we contain it in these reports and the research that we do. One of the most recent examples of this is an analysis we did of San Juan Hill. Our previous presenters were talking about Seneca Village, which is another example of displacement in the spirit of economic development and growth. Well, the same thing happened in San Juan Hill with the whole process of urban renewal and the development of Lincoln Center and Fordham University. We were actually getting access through the cards, which the company that contributed to removing the residents of that area. We were able to track where they went, what were some of their characteristics. With that information, we created the report and we created this presentation that right now is traveling around the country. We had it at Hunter College. We are now, I forgot to mention this before, we are based at the Silverman School of Social Work, completely under one roof. We were separated before between Silverman and 68th Street. Now all of our units are operating here in East Harbor.
Okay.
So that's the case. And we had this exhibit up on our walls right now. It's traveling through Puerto Rico, Lincoln Center, and Fordham University wants to have it, so they'll be placed right there in the community as well. We also preserve the knowledge that is created by us and created by other scholars about the Puerto Rican population in the United States, Puerto Rican population in New York State, Latinos in the United States and New York City. And as part of that effort to preserve, we have the largest digital archive in the City University of New York. Right? So we are very valuable to the City University of New York and by extension to the City of New York as well. We have an extensive, in fact, all of the images that you're seeing are images that come from our archive. Right? So we have all of these resources available to the public. We have 72 cubic feet, about the space of 3 large 3-bedroom apartments in New York City. That's the space that we use to store our more than 300 collections. We have 32,000 digital photographs and documents and artifacts, multitude of tapes and CDs and videos. These are, as we digitize them, we make them available on the internet. We have, and I'm highlighting here some of our most requested and prized collections. Somebody was mentioning before the Black Panthers, another group, etc. We have pictures at the bottom left of some of the young lords. We have Panama Alba and Richie Perez. And at the top, we also have the records of the government of Puerto Rico in the United States. And those documents, we have a picture of that young woman who is in this city pool. That is when Nina Velasquez was council member. So we have these documents as well. We have the documents of Pura Belpre, the first Latina librarian in the New York Public Library System. We have the records of United Bronx parents, Dr. Antonia Pantoja's papers, etc. So this is the wealth of information that we retain and preserve and conserve. We have an extensive art collection, right? A lot of which remains on catalog. So we need to raise funds to actually catalog that information, but it is extensive. And all of this information, we actually then, we may have skipped over, we also disseminate this information through several mechanisms. The first mechanism is our website, and I will talk a little bit about that, but we also have a press. We also have a press that publishes books, right? Both books that contain knowledge, but books that also contain artistic creation, aesthetic creations. For instance, this poetry book by Angela Maria Davila, which is published both in English and in Spanish. It was originally written in Spanish, but we wanted to translate it into English so it could be disseminated to a broader audience as well. We also have our peer review journal. Peer review is the process by which academics we judge each other's work and contribute to that knowledge that we're talking about. The central journal is the mechanism by which we disseminate this work. We again, have these 5 different imprints regarding central press. No, that's one. One that talks about Puerto Rican studies, one that talks about Puerto Rican arts. We have also literature and translation that we're also publishing on. And we have, and this is one of the things that we get more excited about, a lot of public programs. This is the way in which we want to provide immediate access to university-based knowledge. We have, for instance, La Meriendita, which is a story time, by mostly Latino authors who will come into our facility, or we can go to schools and libraries or what have you. They read to primary school age children, and they're able to interact with the authors themselves. And we actually, like to bring them into the university in order to habituate the children to the university space, right? So it becomes a normal experience for them. We have, your standard presentations of books and other materials by other scholars, such as the recent book on Bad Bunny. That was a tremendous effort. And this is not moving forward.
This paper there. You give it a second.
Because where I want to go is to the fact that we are also part of the knowledge that we create, we are disseminating through curriculum. We have created a Puerto Rican curriculum that adheres to the New York State learning standards. So that it may be, so that it may be used in the classroom or outside of the classroom. I will get into that in a second. We provide how-to workshops. So this workshop is on how to provide the proper archival conservation of institutional records, family records, individual records. So oftentimes, many records that are valuable are lost. On how to choose which records to maintain. We provide workshops on how to do that. We also have an art gallery where we have presentations by artists of many different stripes, individual arts. We have had two very successful presentations lately, but I want to get back the fact that we also have a TV channel. We have a Puerto Rican Voices TV channel on YouTube. We are on our 5th season. We have earned 4 Emmy Awards. So that validates us. We're very happy and proud of that. Pardon? And again, we have a way of disseminating all of this knowledge that we, which to some extent we have examples of this curriculum. I'll be happy if you can just pass it around if you do it. Okay. So this curriculum provides, again, a ready-to-use lesson plans, worksheets, and other resources that teachers can use. Right now, they're into the high school level, but this is something that people who are lifelong learners can use on their own. It's here specifically to first and second year college students and high school students at the senior level, and the teachers and the educators that teach them. So this is readily available to the community at large. It is all free. All of our resources are free. Most of them can be found on our website, and that's not good to me. I also want to say that as part of that programming that we do, we have our new initiative, which is the Central Youth Collective. And what we are doing is targeting middle and high school students who want to learn more about Puerto Rican history, culture, and social justice issues. So we have 8 sessions in the fall on Saturdays at Hunter College in the Silverman building, where students who are currently between grades 6 and 11 can come in and attend these lessons. They need to apply, and I'm happy to leave this flyer here as part of the information that is available to the community. So I can say more, but I know the time is limited, and this is what we have to offer.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna go to committee first, and then I have a couple questions. Is there any questions from the committee?
So I teach 4th grade, and I've been in contact with Mark Anthony. And we haven't been able to hammer down a set date, but can you speak on what could a field trip to the Central look like, and what can you offer?
Yes, so they can actually come to, let me say that right now we're undergoing renovations for our library and archives. So that is, they're still open to the public, but they're not looking as they looked before because of this. In fact, they're not available, and neither is the gallery at the moment, but we hope to be able to have this up and running in the next year or so. So you would come in, you would visit the library and the archives, look at many of the actual documents that we have available to the public, to the students in this case. These are actual documents that students can view and manage and hold and observe, right? So that would be one way that we can organize that tour. They can come to see what our exhibit we have up and running. They can come in and, we can provide presentations on a given topic that may be of interest to the teacher or for the students, So we can arrange, we can tailor. Usually the basic, like, our librarians, we talk about the resources we have. Our archivists would also present information about the archives. We have our director of arts and cultures may provide an explanation about the art exhibit that may be up and running, etc.
So an example would be if I'm working on, like right now, a folk, historical, traditional stories.
So maybe we can show you not the original Budapest puppets. La Cucarachita Martina y el Ratoncito Pérez. Traditional folk tales. We actually have the original puppets she used. But, because they're so fragile, we actually preserve them for posterity. We're working on raising funds to get replicas. But we can provide information about that.
Rosa Cruz, I see your hand, but I have to go to the committee first, so I will go back to you. A second,
I just wanted to say she's my partner.
I'm so sorry. Oh, yes. Oh, she's with you. Okay, yes. Rosa, do you have something to add? I'm so sorry.
Yes, hello, how are you?
I'm so sorry.
Not a problem, not a problem. Apologies for not being able to attend today's meeting in person. But I do want to share that these presentations aren't just for students. If you're interested, and I think in one of the meetings I did share with you that I would love to have the community board come in. We can have a presentation, which is similar to the presentations that we have for our students, for community groups. We can have you come in, you let us know what possible subject you're interested in, and we will have our data center meet with you, talk about data that's relevant to what you're interested in hearing about. We can have our library and archive team, which you've already heard from Carlos, that is able to prepare a presentation specifically to what you're interested in looking at. So there are plenty of photos of the neighborhood. There's plenty of information of, our most popular, and I think I've said this before, but our most popular collection is on the Young Lords. So if you want to come in or bring your students to learn about the Young Lords, we're also able to add that to the presentation. We have an education unit where a third component would be of that presentation would be to have our ed unit share with you educational resources. And what we've done is that we've had student groups come in. So like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, we had something with the Schaumburg students coming in. And through the ed unit, they were receiving information about, what is the experience of the diaspora, right? It's not specific to Puerto Ricans. What is a diaspora? What is Puerto Rican, Spanglish? For me, that's the most important because I only speak Spanglish, right? And for a lot of Latinos in New York, that is a common experience. So these lessons are not specific to the Puerto Rican experience, but for the Latino community throughout New York. If you have any questions.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually have a couple of if the committee doesn't mind, I'm gonna ask a couple of questions. So regarding the field trip things, I'm a paraprofessional in the school that Fernando works at, not in his classroom, but, we're both dual language classrooms, so we do end up working a lot together. I have a lot of special needs, special education students within my class. Are your staff trained in tailoring some of these field trip lessons to students of different needs levels?
Rosa,
You know I gotta ask, yeah.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Our director of education is a seasoned teacher for 20 years. She was at a middle school in New Jersey. And the truth is, I worked as a teacher and counselor and for 20 years in a Brooklyn high school. So between the both of us, we have our experience, and we would have our director of education lead that session with the support of our staff. But yes, we are able to tailor the presentation.
Yeah, you know, it's just, I'm not gonna bring like kids over to a field trip if I know that they're not gonna be accommodated. I'm sorry, Mark.
And to also add on to that, to add on to anyone with, any visual issues, our archive also has the audio archive. We have videos narrated by Senior Manzano, Maria Franceschi Street, about the different areas.
Do you do tours on the weekends cause I work for a deaf and hard of hearing program?
we could arrange it.
Yeah, you could arrange it?
Yeah,
Okay.
we could arrange it. Usually we're open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. But for special meetings, we make those arrangements.
All right, how could, this one is a little bit of a selfish question, but I think it is kind of relevant. How could a student request to use archive materials for a project such as a thesis? Like, I'm a Hunter College student, I'm gonna be working my thesis soon, and I saw something that I would like to request, so how could a student request to use the archives for a thesis?
The best way to do is to contact our library and archive staff.
Okay.
You go to our website, centralpr.cuny.hunter.cuny.edu. You will be able to make an appointment with the archivist. And one difference of our library and archives is that, unlike the vast majority of libraries and archives within the CUNY system, ours is open to the public. Right? The library is not regulated, but it is open to the public. So if you come, you don't have to show a Hunter ID or a CUNY ID to go through the turnstile. You say, I have an appointment with the archivist at the central. You'll be able to come in.
All right.
And I just want to add, and as the same way that we're talking about presentations, that whatever the student is interested in studying, they will have to let us know ahead of time, submit a request for access to the records, let us know ahead of time. We will have those records available, and we have a librarian who is available while you're during the visit, who can help you access even more materials, can help guide you as you're doing your research. And this resource is available for all levels, whether we're talking about an 8th grade student doing a final project, a high school student, a college student, a researcher. All our resources available, as Carlos says, to the community. That is our purpose. That is what we're making sure that you understand today. Everything we do as Centro is focusing on the community, and we're here to let you know today that we want to work closely in partnership with you.
I looked up online, thank you so much. I looked up online some of your internships and stuff. Could you speak a little bit about that? Because I saw there was some for high schoolers and there was some for college students, just how that people can apply for those.
So I'm the internship coordinator for Centro, also do scholarships also. And with that, our internships are mostly focused on the undergrad level, well, the college levels, undergrad, masters. I think we have 2 or 3 master's people right now in their graduate school. And, they're accredited. Also, with the CUNY system, there's ways to get paid for internships. So the 4 main programs, EDGE, Spring Forward, Cultural Corps, and Spring Forward, Cultural Corps, EDGE, sport. I know this sport's not my head, but they always blur it up to me.
Yeah,
But with kids, you always get paid, and then if not sure, you can also do credited. So let's say your major aligns with the internship you applied for, then on that note, I will speak to once I get into contact with the student's department chair, see how can they get credited towards an internship. So I know for a person in the media department, which I graduated from Hunter, it was 40 hours per credit. So depending on the hours you work inside of the semester, that could be up to like I believe 6 credits, but 6 credits is a lot of hours, so.
Yeah.
Manage that.
all right. Thank you. And does Centro, because I know Hunter has a whole Puerto Rican studies major, does Centro run any specific like collaborations within like Hunter with those classes? Do you maybe have some of the students learn about some of the East Harlem culture? Like, how do you collaborate with them?
Well, we were founded to support the departments and to support those programs. We operate independently because also we don't want to overshadow the departments and instruction, so we don't offer instruction. We offer the resources that instructors need to offer those
And
classes.
you do work with the teacher, like the education program over there,
Correct.
yeah, the teachers program. All right.
Correct. So to our education program is for faculty at at college level and the high school level at this moment. We hope to extend it to middle school in years to come. So you have to provide us support and training.
Yeah, that was my last question. I do know that 2 of our members did get to tour, so thank you so much. I think I'm hearing interest for maybe a full committee tour at some point, so I will
Absolutely. Happy to
contact you
organize
about
that.
that. Is there any questions? I know I asked a lot.
Is there space in Central, for one of our meetings being held there?
Yep.
We've done it in the auditorium. I don't know why we haven't, that's a staff question. We have done in the auditorium at Silverman before.
Mhm.
I don't know Central specifically.
So I did ask that question. The only thing is no, I think it's possible. I actually asked for PTA purposes and also, for things like that.
Yeah.
But I think that they were really open about sharing the space, if I'm not mistaken.
That would be a,
No, yeah. Do you want to ask something?
Well, I was just, my train of thought was, what if we had one of these meetings, if our meeting could be there, then maybe a committee meeting, so that we had that tour before.
that is I'm not gonna throw that on Marlene, I'll ask that Angel question. Yep, Angel question. Yeah.
But it's a question of capacity because, for instance, our largest conference room can accommodate up to 20 people. But not more than 20 people. So, which is probably about the capacity here too, right?
We've had more.
Yeah, I think you were meeting for committee meeting,
I was
right?
talking about one of these.
So like, maybe
Maybe
we would have the committee meetings there, and come early and get the tour
Yeah,
before the committee meeting,
Correct.
something like that.
correct. What we may also want to arrange is perhaps we can facilitate a larger room with 100.
So we use that little auditorium beside, close to where you are on the first floor, and we use the bigger auditorium.
Correct.
So Angel, who's the district manager, has access to that. I think what Samantha was saying, it'd be nice to be in your space and feel it and have a meeting
And then we
there.
did a tour.
That's what I said.
I think that's a good idea, but I will have to ask Angel about that in the DEM, so I hear the interest. I will send what? I will send out an email once I find out what necessarily is possible, because I don't want to necessarily make any promises here, because there's certain stuff we gotta follow.
Mhm.
Mark Anthony.
And I will say that in terms of space and everything like that, I'm the person who does the paperwork for that. So
Okay.
if you were interested, then for me, just tell me when and where, and I'll make everything else happen.
Yeah, we are gonna be doing, we have a little subcommittee working on some writing workshops, so that might be a question. Also, anyway, is there any other specific questions based on the presentation?
Are you bringing back read aloud this summer?
Are we bringing
Are
back?
you gonna bring back the read
Oh,
aloud?
Benedictas.
We are actually working, but we have to, coordinate with the authors. So, it's always in the works. We're always looking for programs.
And that would be a good piece for summarizing. The districts all have summarizing programs, and to maybe offer a piece of that to students would be really.
One program that we're having right now is La Escuelita. Would you like to talk more about La Escuelita?
They're our, what's the word for it? Personal development stuff for internal staff. We also invite people also, and the idea of it is to have people come in and teach more about their specific subjects. So the two recent ones were about documentary making and filmmaking. And the two people, they were invited, it was an internal event first, just get a test one, want to make sure how can we do it the best of our ability. And so there'll be options for Zoom, there'll be options for in person, but right now we're running it internally, and then afterwards, how can we make the community give access to, let's give it to, right now the idea is filmmakers, but we also have artists, stuff like that. We have a vast collection of artists within our database.
So a lot of the programming, in fact, all of the public programming is based on funding. So if we're able to raise the funds and then allocate those funds for the different programs, we're happy to do it.
Okay. Is there any more questions?
Rosa wanted to speak.
So I just wanted to add, I think Carlos also mentioned La Meriendita. La Meriendita is a story hour that we've held here at Centro, and we've also held at partner organizations in El Barrio, where we bring in authors and we have presentations, and quite literally, like, we make it an event where the children, we've had we've had from 3 to 8, I believe, where students get the opportunity to interact with authors. Those authors have an activity during the presentation, and as Carlos said, it's all based on funding. So we're looking to access funding to continue the Meriendita project, but other projects that we're definitely ready to implement with the community board is, and I think I may have also, I've been to so many of your meetings. We also have the opportunity to have archival workshops that could be co-sponsored by the community board. We can hold them here and have the community come in and learn how to archive their papers, and we could provide them with materials for archiving. So this is one of the first things that we can do with you collaboratively. Carlos?
Yes.
But if we want to have, for instance, at our next exhibit at the gallery, we can actually organize perhaps a special viewing with members of the community, with the curators and perhaps the artists that we feature at that time.
These are all amazing ideas.
Yeah.
Is there any other questions before I continue? We have, I'm pretty sure you gave us your emails, that's in the materials. I see no questions. We thank you both so much for being here. If you could stick around just for a couple of minutes, that would be appreciated. So Marlene, if we could go back to.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah. Thank you. All right, thank you so much. So, all right, we're almost at the end, y'all. Is there any old business? The only thing that I'm gonna say is if you filled out the form saying you want to help with the writing workshops, you have been contacted. I'm sorry that I didn't wasn't able to finalize a meeting. I lost signal when I was in Puerto Rico, so I was not able to send anything else out. We'll be in contact. The only update that we have is we originally wanted to do one in April. The April site ended up not having availability for April. So we're gonna try to do it in May, June, we were thinking June, July, August.
It's interesting That was pretty much the original plan. If y'all remember the first conversation that we had with y'all suggestion was that we did it over the summer. So we're gonna do that anyways.
The universe said let's do it over the summer, so.
Spoke about doing in collaboration with Central too.
Yeah, so we're gonna, so we will all be talking. So if you didn't receive an email and you want to do it, let me know. But yeah, so is there any other old business? Oh, Christina. Christina. Oh, yeah,
Yes,
there.
so I'm sorry, I'm on my phone, so I'm having trouble here. I have an announcement, so when you finish everything, can I just make it at the end? I know I came in late, and announcements are at the beginning, but I didn't get here till late, so if you don't mind.
If you could just say it now, you're muted, just, yeah.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Just wanted to let everybody know that we're having an autism awareness walk on Friday, April 17th from 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We have refreshments for the kids and some information for parents. So I hope some of you can come.
Yeah.
One more time on the date for that.
April 17th, 12.
Where are you meeting, Christina?
We're meeting in front of Assemblymember Gibbs' office, which is located at 55 East 115th Street. And that's between Park and Madison Avenues.
All right.
And I've already.
Can you say the date and time again, please?
Yes, it's Friday, April 17th from 12 to 3 p.m. We're going to actually start walking at 12. So if you want to join us, you should probably come a little bit earlier.
All right. All right. And it was sent to, I'm pretty sure it was sent to Angel, so it was.
Yes.
Put
We
in
also,
later.
I've also been in touch with Dr. Christie, and she's supposed to let us know tomorrow if a couple of schools can join us also on the walk.
Yeah, a little bit hard sometimes to put in trip requests. All right, is there any new business? All right. Wait, did you have something to say? Here or no?
Really got that order. I have something to say, but I forgot it, so let's just say within the next meeting, let's just get out.
All right.
I think we will also to mention about the district and budget needs. They have, Sage and committee has really worked on creating a form to capture, different kinds of projects or needs or concerns that people have. What's really great is, as you fill out the form, it's a very short form to fill out. They ask you just for a series of questions, and then what is the main problem you're talking about and what committee this would go to? And it acknowledges a receipt email that's sent back to the person that we are in receipt of your concern. We will send it to the appropriate chair of the committee, and the committee chair will make a decision whether to bring that up.
I asked originally in the conversations I had with Sage for the form to say if it's a youth and education request, please contact the chair to present. It still has not been added to the form.
Well, it's not for the individual, again, the idea is that the chair would take that and then make a decision whether this was something we would bring forward to the committee. So
So what I thought, or maybe I'm incorrect, because we had that review in EcoDev too. It will come to the chairs, but the thing is, like, that person that has that concern will have to come in our meeting.
if they're invited, see, again, they can come in anytime and make a presentation, but then again, as a chair, you would decide whether this is something you're gonna put on an agenda
But the
item.
concern that I brought up during executive is because I was getting a whole bunch of youth and education ones. Was I requested, I said for the form to say, hey, please fill out a presentation form before we put, cause the thing is.
Okay, so let me just say something. It hasn't already been determined that that person's gonna come in. So why would you have that person do it?
No, but I'm saying what I brought up during executive is it was created under the impression that the chairs are gonna go reach out to all these people for them to come present. If I'm getting like 100, huh? What? If I'm getting like 100 emails, And anyway, I'll talk to Sage about it, and I will add it to our next meeting agenda for us to go over it.
And I'm no longer on that committee.
We will be there for a while.
It's the vice chairs that have traditionally been on the.
Anyways,
When he became chair, I had to go to that committee. Because he was on that.
okay, so our next meeting is May 12th. We have, from what I know right now, and the two I have confirmed is Lexington Academy will be coming to present on the bathrooms and other stuff within the school, and the Children's Aid Saturday program for deaf and hard of hearing wants to come present with a couple of the kids and the parents. Marlene, we're gonna have to talk about maybe getting an interpreter. I'm not sure if that's your Angel.
I'll speak to you.
Okay,
Can we throw on next month's agenda, how can CB11 support CEC4 as we move forward and and also you guys, as we move forward in creating AI guidelines, like how can y'all help us with that?
I could try to add, yes, just,
So
I'm not gonna say yes, actually, because I need to, there's
Right, okay.
there's a lot going, I'm giving y'all full transparency. I appreciate all the outreach y'all have been doing. I'm going through the list. It's a lot, so I also don't want us, like, I wanna make sure that everyone who comes gets accurate time to.
No, I mean for like a support, because look, we have the town
More
hall.
collaboration. right?
Oh,
Yeah,
more,
yeah,
or so like when you guys do the resolution, send it to us,
Okay.
is what you're saying.
Normally, what you should do is take a moment and present the resolution, since you're a CEC member.
For that
Yeah.
to hear and then we'll talk about it.
I'm gonna go to
No,
you,
I know, but I just like.
I couldn't see you, bro.
Rosa, go.
Russell's tall.
I love raising my hand.
Yeah.
So we didn't agree, as Manhattan High School President's Council, we didn't agree on doing a resolution for or against it, because there was a lot of people emailing us with like, yes, and then there were a lot of people, no. So we put out a statement instead. We can also put out the statement, you know what I mean, or we can do what, Dr. Calirizzi and do a resolution, so it's.
Well, if y'all really, what Kira's bringing up, I think is a good point. We can have a conversation on it next month, and I will put it,
Yeah, just so that.
just not like a full, like, I don't think we can necessarily hash out all of the.
No,
Yeah.
I'm just, so I think what would be, because we have the town hall on the 22nd, so next month we will already have our stance.
Okay,
So this way we'll just come present it, so that we're all on the same front, so that if we do need support by way of like,
oh,
I
okay,
don't know, a letter or something, whatever you guys can do, then we.
Right.
Just do that.
we're,
Yeah?
I think that's, yes, I think that's reasonable. I'm sorry, I thought you were talking about like a
No,
full
no.
presentation about the use of AI and stuff in schools, cause there's a whole bunch of.
We can talk about that, I'm sure that.
We could talk about that, it's just, I think it's like right now, until certain, I feel like even the public schools don't know what their official stance are yet. They released like a little, it wasn't very, as any of us who work in a school or have a child in the school knows, that letter that was sent home, in my opinion, was, it was sad.
It will probably was not, because this is Manhattan High Schools, and it goes all the way from District 1, all the way. to
No, we're not just talking about the school specifically, we're talking about the AI in general.
The AI guidance went to every single parent.
Yeah, I know, but
via
I'm saying,
email.
yeah, I know that, I'm saying we can have a conversation about it, I'm saying even the, like, chancellor and his team still hasn't fully released like we can have a conversation about it, I'm not gonna like, I'm not trying to cut it off, it's just, I don't want us to, I'll find space for us to have a conversation about it, cause I do think it's important.
Yes, so the chancellor did release a 45-day feedback already. I believe it's due May something,
I wanna say,
the end of May, maybe, or
Right now.
something like that.
yeah, by the end of this month, I already turned mine in.
Right, so I did put it in the slide somewhere.
Yes, okay.
And if the link is clickable, so everyone is able to click on the link and just, you know.
Yeah, so maybe I'll just send out an email to a couple of the principals and see if maybe, cause I don't think many parents know that they have a comment period right now to comment on it. Like the letters went home and it wasn't, so I'm gonna reach out to,
It was there.
I know, but you,
So can I just, sorry, Mr. Russell, so every single parent got it, however, it wasn't backpack. So people may not know, right?
That's what I'm saying, that's what I'm saying.
But not every kid.
No, but what, no, that's what I'm trying to say. I will reach out to some of the principals. I will send around the link for comment to people I know and just also around, I'll send it out and be like, hey, look, this is about to end. This is like community feedback, like.
Yeah.
Like we all said, that was a very sad letter, like, please, comment on it, so that way they know that like the guidance isn't really living up, but we can also have a conversation about it. I appreciate you bringing it up.
Yeah, no, just so we're on the same course, so not even, it doesn't even have to be a big thing, probably just like 15 minutes to come and share the resolution, whatever resolution you're saying, so we come up with on the 22nd, we'll share it here.
Okay. Russell, then you. Russell.
If we're going to, this is a topic that's a major topic in education on every level.
Yeah.
Pre-K or college, and everybody's impacted by it. We're gonna have to have any voice in this, any opinion going anywhere. We as a committee should be educated about the conversation that's already being had.
Yeah, I know.
It's already being had before we even have an input.
That's what I'm saying like we need to gather some stuff. I'm not saying we're gonna vote on something next month, I'm not
saying that, I'm saying whatever it is that we need before those decisions even made, let us become aware of what we're being invited
we're
to
saying
do.
the same thing. I think we're saying the same thing.
No, we're not, because I'm saying give us the information, the committee.
Okay, yeah, so I need to find,
I'll
sorry.
send you a couple of things.
I need to collect the stuff that the Manhattan High School's president council came up with, sorry, Russell. And what the superintendent was saying, what the CEC saying, that's what she's saying. It's not just gonna be Kira's on the CC, that's why Kira mentioned the CC. Rosa's on Manhattan High School president, it's about bringing all of the people to the table
Right.
to get the full view about what it is. And Dr. Christie can also come and give us the official, what was said.
I know, but I
I'm
understand.
not
where
asking
Russell's
for
coming from
people, I'm
because-
just asking for information. I'm just asking for information. Everybody in this committee, if we're gonna, as eventually the committee's gonna be active for input, educate her,
Right.
Which I want.
everybody, this information, what information that we share while you're doing all the administrative stuff of coordinating individuals.
Yeah, I'm trying to get you information.
You're absolutely
Is what I'm
right.
trying to say.
I understand, because you know what I'm saying, so that we're all in the same court, because I do feel like even on top of the DOE stuff, CBOs are going to start coming into the community, like, this is gonna be a really huge thing. CBOs are gonna start coming to the community, talking about the tools that we can make for you. Businesses also, let's digitize.
Yeah, you
your
weren't here
business.
with that platform we have.
I'm engaged with it at a different level. That's what I'm saying, is at the
Yeah.
college level, at the high school level, in different
Yes.
ways, and there's a pro and con with this. So we're talking about community
Alright,
District 4, there's 5, but the others.
I'm not
And
trying,
in adult, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry,
In
I'm-
adult I'm sorry.
Yeah.
In adult education is equally as important, because also adults, especially in the community,
Everywhere.
I hear,
Youth and education not associated just with youth.
alright, I hear the concerns, we're gonna bring it up, it's becoming a little bit more of a conversation than, like, we will have the conversation next month, I'm saying we will talk about it.
You keep saying a conversation, huh?
And the information, the conversation and information. Information comes in the conversation.
No, this right here comes, to me, it's not a conversation, it's just a package of information. This is information, no conversation. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that could you provide the committee with information? Conversation come later.
Alright, I will get you information on all the AI stuff. If you could send that to me, Kira, I will send it out to the committee. Alright. Alright, Marlene, can we do the roll call?
Hold on, Ash. I wanted to say something. CEC under Colaris is a resolution maker. And, I mean, they make a lot of resolutions, but many of them are ones that we would adopt. Because they're long and they take long to review, I think as soon as the CEC meeting is finished or whatever resolution is.
Yeah, if they could be sent.
They need to be sent to us so we can review them and then vote with them in our next meeting as opposed to waiting another meeting
Yeah,
after.
cause I've been asking for the resolution, I haven't received them, so if I could get them, that'll be appreciated. Marlene, if you could call the roll, please.
Fernando Alvarez,
Present.
Rosa Diaz, Present.
David Giordano. Present. John Green. Absent. Kiera Perez Alston. Present. James Kemp. Absent. Malik McCullough.
Present.
Jennifer Myers, absent. Jessica Morris. Absent. Tanya Phelps. Present. Asha Rodriguez.
Present.
Marshall Schuler.
President.
And Loretta Saul.
Present.
Those are the
All right, the meeting is adjourned at 8:30 PM. Thank you, everyone. So much.
Does anybody wanna vote? Everybody?
If you're gonna do that, do it quickly, please. Have a respectful staff. I have a question for y'all.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about this because we're about to come up with
Might be
stuff.